Alright, welcome back to another video. I thought I'd do one on some of the other slightly older Dark Blue Dragon Guppies that were, by slightly older I mean they were a few weeks older than the ones that were in the recent video and the outdoor tub. So these have developed beautifully. I thought I'd go over the need for culling some of them. Even though you get some different colors on them, there are some other issues where you'd have to cull, and I'll try to show that next. The plant is a thin leaf water sprite. There's a lot of it. Just trying to keep that from eating their fry, although they really don't bother the fry too much. See if I can actually get a close-up on one of the nicer looking males. Yeah, right. They're not cooperating. There we go. So, that one I would not cull. He's got some... his tail was just nipped. They're supposed to have like a full moon type tail, like this one. It's kind of the perfect example. And the color on the body, it'll be like a half of a snakeskin pattern, which technically is a cobra. And there'll be like a half black looking darker pattern on it, which you can see on this one. And they're characteristics of the dragon guppies. And sometimes the males will show a little bit lighter body, and I think that these have some Moscow genes in the background. Let me move my paper on what I've put in there. And that's why there's discrepancies in the color on the body, the half black part. So basically, if I take these out and put them in another tank, a small photo tank, that half black coloration will disappear for the time being, and then it'll come back when they're calm. So that's what they're supposed to look like, or at least what I'm breeding for. I really like that look. Now, about 1 in 4 gets the large pec fins, a Dumbo ear thing. Really seems like I get less than 1 in 4. So I'll show some of the ones I culled coming up, and see if I can get one of these younger ones on here. They're pretty quick. They're zipping all over the place. Try and stay at the top so you can see them. Not too fond of that one. That one might get pulled out. I have to look at him under the light, because that's the other thing. When I review what fish are getting culled, I try to go with a more intense light over the fish. So that's it's another decent one. I like this one color wise. So there are also some that have some light red in there in the tail. If I could find him, it would really help. I don't know where he went. There he is, I think. A little bit of light red in there. Now, I did buy a line of red dragons, and they seem to be breeding true, but I'm still growing out the fry and making sure of what I got. So how can you tell if you received a letter in the mail from a leper? There's a tongue attached to the envelope. Ugh, that's awful. Totally awful. Yeah, right. So anyway, that's what we're after, or that's what I'm after. The dorsal is like a half thumb type, and a lighter color than the tail. It always has been on all the ones I get. And I have gotten a few greenish dragon males, which is pretty nice. So, alright, I'll stop the video for a minute. Or actually, I'm just going to stop from my end and pick it right back up. So that's what you'll be seeing. I'm going to put the light overhead of some of the ones I've culled. I'll be right back. Alright, now these males I've culled all of them. Try to get a close-up so I can show you why on each one. There aren't any color problems on them. Most of them, not to give it away, this one I didn't like the body shape. It's a little thin, And it almost looks like he's got a bit of a bend to the body. Not a bent spine, but just like really bad posture. Great dorsal, nice color. This one I culled because the bottom of the tail is not right. It's not a nice full moon, or it's not a good shape basically. So that's why he came out. And see if we can get some more on there. So another one right there with really nice color. So we can get him on here, but I don't like the bottom of the tail. Now it's very possible that the bottom of the tail was nipped and is growing back. Hence the reason for removing him from the main tank with the females and putting him into another tank of his own with the other cold guys. And trying to find another example. That one, same thing with the tail. Great dorsal, nice coloration, but I don't like that tail. So I may end up selling some seconds, like trios of cold male with good females. Haven't decided yet what I'm going to do. For the time being, I'm going to keep raising them to see if the tail grows in the rest of the way. Because like I said, it could just be where the bottom of the tail was bent, or nipped. But I don't really think so, because I have 3 or 4 of them with the same, I won't say affliction because it's not really that. But you can see, pretty good example right there. It's just, it almost looks like a piece of the tail's not there. So it could grow back, it could grow in. This one I culled because the body was thin. But coloration wise, he's fantastic. So that's why I said I might sell some culled trios, just because people may want them anyway, and you may still get some nice fish out of it. So that's the possibility there. I was trying to see if I had any others with a different problem, and I don't see them. This one was just a thin body. So I'm going to try, just these guys are going to be fed just like the regular ones, the regular breeders, and see if I can get some size and shape onto them, and then we'll see. But I really don't think that'll happen, and like I said, I'll see if the tail grows back properly. So I thought I had one other one that I culled because of the dorsal, but not really seeing that right now, so I guess that didn't happen. Alright. Yeah, the water's a little cloudy because I just basically put them in here, and it's, I guess, either the oxygen in the water or little tiny particles of dirt that I must have missed. But it's very clean water. It's just the magnification of the camera lens, it's picking up all the crapola in it. But these are beautiful fish. I really like this line a lot. I think the Dark Blue Dragon has some of the best color on the dragon lines. The red dragons are also kind of beautiful. I just don't have any adult males to show on them. So, alright, and I'll also show 2 trios I put in a small tank that I just didn't really like the way they looked as much, so they're like a secondary backup batch. See if we can get them on here and cooperate. Once again, it's thin leaf water sprite, and just like some minor imperfections that I really didn't like on them. Once again, the male has great color, and he looks like he's going to get the larger pec fins. But you can see the bottom of that tail did not grow out as it should have yet, but it may. And this one, it just has another weird tail shape. I wanted like a half moon type tail shape, and this is not that. I don't know what that is. It's nice, and the color on the male is great, but just not quite 100% of what I'm after, so therefore I culled them and put them in another tank. They'll live out their lives. They'll have fry, and I'll see what the fry look like when they grow out. See if they end up being just what I'm after. So, and one thing I have to mention I didn't do it on Aquabid yet, but on eBay I had to raise the price of the fish food. I think like $1.75 or something. Because when I was shipping stuff out this week, I kind of found out that postage went up about $1, $1.50 or more for packages. So, you know, I can't keep kind of taking the hit on the shipping the stuff that ends up, instead of being $4.50 a package like it used to be, now it's costing me $6 or more. So I had to raise the price a little bit, but I'm sure everybody else raised theirs as well. So, and I've still been giving people sample bag of assorted flakes, and as long as I have them, a magnet for my channel, which is kind of cool. It's one of the nicer pictures I took of ATFG red albino I grew out, and I just put them on a magnet. So, alright, that'll wrap up the video. If you have any questions, you can put them in the comments, or you can email me. I really appreciate you watching, and thank you so much.